Welcome into the DR Roundtable, powered by DR Sports. I am Ben Spicer, joined by Mark Henry. You don't care about that, though. You are here to see the guy below us, Joey Gaston, QB1 from Iona Prep up in New York City in the New York area. Joey, thanks for joining us. A big season for you. You guys made it to the state championship. Kind of take us through your season, your junior year, and how things went for you up there in New York.
Thank you for having me today. The season it went amazing, to be honest. It was a roller coaster from the start to the finish. First game we had to play against a really tough opponent, Bergen. They was ranked nationally, and we was trying to get up on the boards. So we was definitely the underdog in that game, and it was a great start to the season. We definitely had one of the toughest schedules. We won the next game, and then we ended up losing the game after that, and it was just like a win-lose situation. It was a point in time where our record was tied, and we knew we had to make an oath to each other. We was like, "Yo, we never gonna quit on each other. We're gonna give 100% every single game, have each other's backs." And it just went straight up from there. We ended up winning all of our playoff games, and then we ended up in the championship. The championship was a tough game. It was probably the toughest game we had all year. We started off, you know, we started off pretty good, and then we was down, and it was just like a big like roller coaster. And we went into the locker room down. Everybody had their heads up though. Nobody had their heads down because throughout the entire season we learned so many lessons. We knew we couldn't come this far just to quit on each other. So it was like we're gonna go out there, we're gonna give a battle. First play out of the half, I scored a touchdown. I ended up running, spun, broke a tackle, scored, and it got everybody else's momentum up. Defense went out there, they made a stop. We went back out there, we scored, we did what we had to do, and the game came down to a field goal. It was a tough loss, but I wouldn't have wanted to experience that with any other team.
Now, Joey, Mark Henry here. Talk about the ebb and flows of the season. There's so many different avenues that you kind of go through, so many different periods, emotions to make it all the way to state. Not everybody's playing this time of year. Just speak about that, how you made it through, and the team concept that you guys went into the season with as well.
Yeah, it's all about brotherly love. This is why I love football so much because when you play football, you get to learn so many life experiences. It's just like it's great. It's a great experience to have with all your brothers. Sometimes when you're down and you got to make a comeback, or you're better than another team and they're beating you, but you guys know that you're better and you just got to come as a team in order to beat them. It's like it's definitely a great experience throughout all of my teammates. And I was like, the way we started off from the bottom and ended off at the top, like we would have never believed that we was going to be able to make it into the championship at the beginning of the season after we lost to Bergen. It kind of like during the off season, we had the mentality like, yo, all these people are doubting us. If you looked at the rankings, we wasn't top three, none of that. So they was all doubting us. It was like, you guys are not going to be able to get on top. You guys not making it to the championship, barely even making it out of the playoffs, or barely even making it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and like the way that we just changed the whole tables, allowed all of the trash talking and all of the negativity like out the back door and locked in on each other as brothers and had each other's backs throughout the whole way. Whenever somebody would get hit hard, we always have their back. We'd be like, yo, get up, hit them back. You know what I'm saying? Or like if I was to get sacked, my lineman helped me up. They'd be like, yo, my fault. We're gonna get this the next time. It's never about arguing with each other, but like productive like criticism. You know, that's basically what it is. As long as you don't have a team that's arguing back and forth, it's good.
And that's important for you as the quarterback because people look to you as the leader. So the interesting part to me about you and your career is you transferred to Iona Prep from a private school in New Jersey prior to this year. So I'm interested, like, what was that transition like for you? Going to a new school, did you know anyone, and what kind of factored into trying to win over the locker room and to be that leader as the quarterback at a new team?
Yeah. So the transition was easier than a lot of people would think because I did know people at Iona. I grew up in New York. I played youth football in New York for a good amount of time. Then I moved over to Jersey. But coming back to New York was like a great decision I made because I felt like I was back home. I grew up in New York. I played all these, I learned football playing with these guys, playing with certain guys. I learned football at a young age. And being able to reconnect with a whole bunch of teammates was a great experience. You know, it was definitely a little slow in the beginning. You know, it's like they haven't seen me in so long. Now I'm just coming in like who am I? Like, what can I do? Things like that. But it definitely clicked once everything, a day or two passed by. I was already making friends at the lunch table. We was laughing, joking it up. Every day before we went out there to practice track, we would throw. That's the one thing that we do, and we do to this day. Before track, we always go out there and we throw. And that's how I really got the connection with all of my receivers. Was we just go out there every day. You know, I'm competing with the quarterback next to me, but I was also friends with the quarterback that I was competing with. You know, so it was a great experience all around. It was never negativity at all. It's really a rare occurrence when you see, two quarterbacks that are competing, able to like communicate and be friends at the end of the day, because it's just like we're competing, but we're on the same team and we still love each other like brothers. And it's just that's how the whole team formulated. And it was one of the best years playing football.
Now let's talk about the quarterback position, one of the toughest positions to play on the football field, and you excel at it. What are some of the things that you kind of work on to complement your game?
You got to work on reading the defense, mastering the playbook. Mastering the playbook is important because you got to do what the coach tells you to do. If you don't do that, you're not starting. No matter how athletic you are, it's all about the mental. Being able to read defenses, being able to spot coverages, spotting a weakness, hitting it in between defenders. Accuracy is also a big part of it. A lot of people like to talk about arm strength, arm power and stuff like that. But being able to have anticipation, being able to throw it before they make their break, or like as they're making their break, throw them out of their break. Being able to anticipate a fade ball, or throw behind the shoulder, back shoulder. All of that is all accuracy. And my quarterback coach tells me all the time, D. Williams, he tells me all the time, accuracy is a choice. And that's something that I live to this day. Accuracy is always a choice. If you're inaccurate, that's a choice. It's all about mentality. That's it.
And I think it helps for you too, because you have the ability to get out of the pocket, scramble, pick up some additional yards, turn those into big plays,
Yeah.
turn those into touchdowns more often than not. How would you describe yourself in the way that you play as a quarterback?
I describe myself as someone who just follows the playbook to the key. And if everything breaks down, I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna try to create some time. Or if I see a space where I can step up and run through the pocket, I'll do that. I only do those, those like crazy plays where I would roll out, go left, go right, up, and like start juking defenders, all of that. I only do that when I'm trying to extend a play that could be negative, and I try to make something from nothing. I try to make something from nothing. You know what I mean? And that's basically just that's my game. I just go out there, I follow whatever the coach tells me. And if everything, goes down the drain, then I just do what I have to do and try to get as many yards.
Well, you got many yards. Watching your film, I love it. And, Ben spoke about the ability to be able to move around in the pocket. Talk about how important that is to not just kind of be standing still, but being able to move around and make plays. That helps your team a lot.
Yeah. Um, I'm all about being a team player. My linemen, they try to make me look good. I try to make them look good. Our receivers, they try to make me look good. I try to make them look good. It's all about each other trying to make each other look good. Because at the end of the day, we're on a team and we want to always have each other's backs and never make one another look bad. So my linemen love having a quarterback like me because, if they somehow get beat, I could step up, right? And then they could keep pushing them outside. And it's like, I made them look good. But then the next time, I'm kind of like flat footed. Somebody's coming for me. Let's say my running back, for example, right? He steps up, he picks up a blitz, and he makes me look good because I would have got killed. And it's like, it's all about having each other's backs. That's really the whole story. Being able to move in the pocket, it's a great thing because the defenses, they envy it. And I'm definitely a lot of talk in other teams, film sessions when they're like, oh, we got to contain this quarterback and things like that. It makes them kind of slow down. They don't come as fast. They don't come as hard because they're a little hesitant. They think I'm gonna make a move or something like that. and they're hesitant, and then I throw the ball, or they're hesitant, and I do make my move, and now I'm catching them off guard because they stop their feet. It's all mental.
You mentioned when you were younger in New York, played in all-star games, travel football, things like that. You got your hoodie there, team up top. They're a
Yeah.
7-on-7 football team. As a quarterback, how have those additional reps helped you grow playing 7-on-7 as an athlete?
Yeah, 7-on-7 is a way to keep my arm going throughout the whole year, to never have a break where it's kind of now I'm like rusty and I got to get back into everything, or I lose a couple mechanics because I'm not working. 7-on-7 is a great way to play all year round. And it's great experiences as well, traveling, being able to go down south, down west, all of that. It's a great experience to be able to go against teams that I would never go against over in New York. So traveling 7-on-17, I mean, I'm really confident this year as well. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna win some tournaments, we're gonna do what we're gonna do what we have to do. I'm gonna be playing with team up top, of course, and I'm gonna do my thing this year.
Now, Joey, what does your offseason look like? You're coming off a successful junior year, a state
Yeah.
championship appearance. What are some of the things that you're going to be working on heading into your senior season?
So right now, I'm focusing on grades. That's number one.
Mm.
Number two is QB training because football is my main sport. And then number three is track. I'm gonna be doing track, making sure, I get my speed up. QB training, I'm going there every week, every Wednesday, trying to perfect my craft. Um, and then I'm also going to be traveling, doing these 7-on-7s. I'm going to be going to college camps as well, trying to expose myself, trying to get myself stars, going to rivals and all that other thing, all those other things. It's definitely going to be a great off season. I'm coming back. We all have chips on our shoulder. My entire team, we all have a chip on our shoulder, and we're going to keep on working. We're going to work in the weight room. We're going to work like on the field, off the field. We're going to do everything we need to do to make sure next year we come back and we come back victorious.
I did want to lead with this because you're more than just this, but you look up Joey Gaston, and the big thing that comes up is Ice Spice's little brother. You're more than that, though. Obviously, you're a incredible quarterback up there in New York. So I didn't want to lead with this, but I did want to ask you, what's it been like as her little brother, getting a chance to watch her kind of blow up and get national and international recognition as the incredible artist that she is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of her. I knew she was going to do it from the start. Her worth ethic, from the start, I already knew it was going to happen. But once it did happen, I was really proud of her. She never changed at all. She's still my sister. I never looked at her differently. She never looked at me differently. We love each other. She's always communicating with me. I'm always communicating with her. We support each other. I was actually just over at a concert the other day, and I saw her on the stage. Everybody had their flashlights out, recording and all that. It was valid. It was a great experience. Everybody was screaming her song, and she actually was walking down a little aisle to come see me, to come greet me, because I was in a little like VIP section on the little like booth area. I don't really know how to like explain it, but she was walking down the aisle, and I could see everybody just screaming, "I Spice, I Spice," and I was like, wow, like I'm just looking at my sister. She's really like getting all this attention. She's doing what she wanted to do from the start. It's great. It gives me motivation to want to, be the same person, go out there and gain, gain like respect on that type of level, and be able to become a profession on what I want to do and be one of the best at it. That's definitely the goal. I want to be the best at what I do. And that's really it.
Now, Joey, final question for me. Joey Gaston, the player. Tell me what you bring to the table when you step on that field, between the hashes, between the numbers. What kind of player are you on the field?
I'm electric. That's definitely what I want to start off with. I'm electric. Um, I make plays with my legs, with my arms, with my head. I'm breaking down defenses. They think they could blitz me, and then I'm throwing it right behind their blitz, or they trying to roll into a coverage, and I expose their weakness as they're rolling. Or it's all about like using my head and my athleticism at the same time. That's what makes me such a great player, because I'm not just all about athleticism. I'm able to break down the defense, read it, and what I bring to the team is I will run that playbook to the T. Like, I will make sure I'm doing everything I need to do to perfection. And when the play does break down, I could get that extra 8 yards. I could get that extra first down when coach needs me to. Because that's another thing. When it comes to me, I like trying to make the coach likes making me look good, by setting up plays where there's gonna be a receiver wide open. But let's say a play breaks down or something like that happens. Now it's my job to make the coach look good. So I try to go ahead and make it look like it's a design play, and I get all those yards. And it's like, all right, coach is doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're just on the same page.
Joe, we appreciate your time. Looking forward to your journey, man. Seeing you at not only our DR7 tournaments, but what's in store for you in your senior season. Anything we can do to help, man, definitely reach out. Let us know. Enjoyed talking to you again, and we'll talk to you and see you soon down in Florida, I believe, with Team Up Top.
Yep. Thank you for having me.